Hello, everybody. Mm. Yes, yes, yes. Well, let's see how it's going to be shaken tonight. I won't be before you long. So, I'm going to get right to it. And if you're coming late because I did not tell you ahead of time, it's okay. You can rewind because I need to let you know something. It's got to be said. Today has been a very powerful day in terms of perspective. In terms of perspective, I had a few things that have taken place today that I know this message is not just localized. This is for the entire collective. It is time to change, to reconsider your perspective. It is time for you to reconsider your perspective about what you've been through in your journey, about things that have happened to you in your life. It is time to reconsider a new perspective so that you can grow and so that you can do what has been intended for you to do with the beautiful opportunity that you were given as a result of what you've been through. Yes, you went through a lot. Our stories range from A to Z. You've been through so much. But some of you are angry. And you're being called to come out and to share the story. You're being called to do something with the product that you've been given. I wrote this quote a long time ago. Your mess up and or your tragedy is your product for prosperity. Your mess up and or your tragedy is your product for prosperity. And then I want to pause on the prosperity part because the prosperity is relative to what your soul's mission is. Because the only true joy, happiness that you're going to find is going to be in that perfect place that your soul has aligned with you for in this lifetime. That's where the joy is going to be. That's where the happiness is going to be. So the prosperity is found there. And prosperity is love, joy, happiness, peace, clarity. To hell with the money. You can get that. But that's not going to give you your peace. That's not going to give you the joy. And coming up soon, I sound like coming up soon on the next episode, okay? This next episode of how we play the game of life on this earth, the joy and the happiness, the separation of what life really means, it is going to be very obvious. The guidance is the peace. But who I'm talking to, the perspective that you have, if it is thwarted, you have no idea how many people, and hello everybody, you have no idea of the people that you could really help with your story. The profound blessing that your story will give to the people that cross your path. Not everybody is going to be on YouTube. Not everybody is going to be over all social media. Not everybody. But there are people that will cross your path that need your story. But if you have a thwarted perspective and you're focused on, I can't believe that did this to me and this, that, and the third, yeah, and you see what happened to me, I am saying to you, it's okay if you've been there. I get it. Because some of the things that we've been through, we want to knock it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's tough like that. You are being called. This message is so prevalent right now because there are so many people that need your story, because you were the only one that could do it. You were the only one that could do that bit. You were the only one that could go through that relationship and get knocked upside the damn head and then come out and be good. You get it? And I've been there. So I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about some real stuff. You're the only one that could be in the street and come out smiling. You're the only one that could get a job, and it seems like everybody in your family, in your life has become you're the only one that could do that. For the people that will cross your path. The people that will cross your path. They need you. They need you to reconsider a perspective. Let me explain something to you. In this intangible journey described as spiritual pregnancy, as I describe it in the book Pregnant in the Spirit, it is blind, it is intangible, and man, there has been no real rule book. Now, Pregnant in the Spirit does help you to understand what to expect along the journey so that you're not running to the psych ward over some things that is just actually the process, right? It's just simply the process. But imagine this. Man's way, they have us going to school, get a degree. This is what we were told. Go to school, get the degree, right? You're going to get the White House with the picket fence, okay? So to speak, right? That's what we were told. So everybody, they go to school and they get the degree, and then they walk around and they wear the badges and hey, look, I've got this degree, I've got that degree, I've got this and that and the third. I've got this house, I've got that house, I got this, that, and the third. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people graduated from college and they didn't do a dang on thing with the dang on thing, right? And then you got some people that did something with it, but they weren't happy inside. It was always this missing link that was inside. But the sacrifice was significant. Some people went to school, have so much debt. Hell, the job that they got after school was paying for the debt that they incurred during college. So it was always this missing link. Something's missing. Something's missing. I one time I asked God. Well, no, I didn't ask God this. I take it back. It was a poem that just poured out of me one day, but it was in question. The question was, if you're so happy, then why is happiness, if this is you, then why is happiness such a phenomenon? Okay, why is it that maybe 1%, or is it 1%? I mean, maybe 0.5% may really be joyful and happy. Most people have become complacent in the places that they're in because it's the best thing. Most people have settled for not living their life's true purpose because they decided to have a family. So now the children are the excuse. My children, I gotta be able to do this. You gotta be able to maintain the things that man gave you, things that man told you this is the way it's supposed to be. So this is what we've done. So imagine this. Spiritually, this intangible journey that is spiritual pregnancy that gives you clarity, understanding, peace, joy, happiness, true joy, which is the only way that you're ever going to attain true happiness, right? Or happiness that is worth having, right? Because the happiness, the way we've seen happiness, that type of happiness comes based off of the external gain, the external accomplishments. They're relative to what's happening in the moment. Okay, I have everything that I want and everything's going good, so now I'm happy. I lose it, I lose my effing mind, right? I don't even know what just happened. This is that type of thing. But when you are choosing to be guided, that type, this sacrifice of laying down your life like Jesus did. Taking the path that Jesus took, which was being guided by the divine, right? So you decide to do this and you have protection. You have confidence and courage, right? To do these things that you never thought that you would do. This is what happens when you decide to be guided. And there is a certain strong foundation about your moves, the things that you're doing and where you're going in life. Your soul has a particular, specific reason. Your soul's mission is not the next person's mission. Yes, you may go to a collective community, a collective organization, and you may worship in a collective building, but that is not everybody there is not for the same. Your soul did not align with you for the same reason. We are clearing the playing field right now in this lifetime. That's what we're doing right now. Because 20 years from now, our kids are going to say, oh my God, I can't believe it. They're going to write about it in history books, or It'll be online somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it'll be in their head. I don't know. But they'll be doing things like they did in the Bible days. Hey, Gabriel, the angel just walked in the room and everybody sees the angel. It's like, hey, how you doing, Gabriel? What you got to say? You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's connected. It has become balanced. It has gotten to the place where we are then rolling with the mission and the vision, living in the fulfillment of the vision that the divine had for humankind in the beginning. Isn't that beautiful? That's absolutely wonderful. You, yes, you have a mission. You've been through hell and freaking back. And it sucks, right? It sucks. I feel you. I feel you. My mom, and the Spirit say we won't go there right now because that's going to be a very strong trigger to someone. So we're not going to go with my mom's testimony. Let's go with mine. For those of you who have just joined me, just subscribed to me, then you may not know that I'm like 2 minutes, 2 seconds off the boat of the homelessness, okay? That was another part in my journey. I've been through it more than once. And yet I've been wealthy, self-made, because I was guided and found myself with a multi-million-dollar business. How the heck did that happen? I didn't even know. Then I lost everything during the recession, and then I had to work my way to even come out. I've been in relationships that were abusive. I've been in a relationship, the last one, I think scholarly was gaslighting. I mean, it was, the mental abuse was something on a whole nother level. Right? I forgot who I was, but that journey was necessary. Who says that? Both journeys were necessary. Why? So that I can tell you the story. Why? Because that is the state of the mind of the people. And if my mission is to help billions to reach their life's true purpose, well, hell, I didn't know that the mission of helping billions to reach their life's true purpose was going to mean that I was going to have to go down a territory, lose my mind to try to find it, like forget who I was because I have been so beaten down strategically. How do you do that? How do you come out and say that it's okay? Because a generational curse breaker don't come easy. My love don't come easy. Yeah, not tonight. It's not going to come easy. There's a price to pay. What did you pay? I remember being in college, and we used to eat the food out of the can sometimes. It just, it was, and it was good. I didn't mind wearing the same blue jeans with a t-shirt or the blouse. Put a scarf on. I'm gonna put a scarf on anything, right? So I didn't mind that sacrifice, because when I was done, I was gonna do what I was gonna do. I didn't mind. I'll say I didn't mind having another baby. But I remember being close to birthing, and I was sitting on my couch at home, and my ex-husband then, he walked in, and I was crying. He said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I can't believe I did this again. I did this again. I'm getting ready to go through labor again. Like, what in the world was I thinking?" I couldn't believe that that's what I decided to do. But because of the fruit of that labor, the fruit of that labor was much grander than the fact that I was going to have to go through deathly pain. This deathly pain was going to hurt. But I was going to have my beautiful daughter. I was going to have my beautiful baby girl. So I was willing to make the sacrifice. What sacrifice are you willing to make? We get all ugly and big and blumpy and all this stuff, right? We go through whatever we have to go through. We know we're about to sit on that table and almost lose our lives. And we do it again. It's something about being in the position, a position that you feel good in, that you know it was yours. Like a police officer decides to be. Like, who decides to go be a police officer? Who decides to do that? somebody who's called to do that. And they do that, and they're proudly, and they know that it may be at any given time, anything could happen. When you are in the position that your soul has asked for you to go, it is a certain peace about it. And then until you know, sometimes it isn't. Because you don't know what the hell happening. You don't even know. You don't even know. So when I'm saying to you, I need you to step into it. I need you to gain a new perspective. I wrote this quote one time. I remember when I had, I believed God, because I was supposed to have been going to London the first time I was supposed to have been going to London. We don't have time for that whole story, but I was supposed to go to London to speak. And it was a big deal. It was at the hotel, and people had signed up and everything. Hello, everybody. People had signed up, and it was all wonderful, right? But so many things happened, and I couldn't get there that first time. And I thought life was done. It was something that I did. I must have did something wrong. I didn't do something right, is what I thought about. And this quote came to me, and I'm going to share it with you. At times, life offers you choices, knowing full well the choice that you will make, but presenting to you the opportunity to experience life and all of its profound results. So never, ever be upset with yourself, don't paraphrase, about any choice that you've made. For in all cases, you have just become more knowledgeable of your true self, thereby giving yourself an opportunity to transform your life and also to inspire others to do the same. Do you understand? This is a beautiful thing. You've been on the battlefield, and it's an honor. Gain new perspective about what you've been through, because somebody needs you. Somebody needs you. I've been dropped in different places, and some of these places that I've been dropped, I'm telling you, just recently, I remember talking to someone. Because of what I've been through, I was able to see it very clearly, what somebody else was not able to see, and was able to come and point it out to them. And I remember this woman falling in tears in my face. I don't really know her like that at all. Crying profusely, just crying. How did you know? How did you know is all she could say. How did you know? No one ever would have believed me. How did you know? And that's because, baby, I've been there. I've been on that boat. So I was able to help. But when we walk around through the lens of anger, which is fear, then you can't see. You can't see who needs you. You're not able and available for that opportunity to give a word to somebody because you're too caught up in your head, and you're thinking that somebody was jabbing at you. But you are necessary for the change. You are necessary for the global transformation. Your story is necessary. It is needed. Because right now we're balancing, we're clearing the playing field. You get what I'm saying? We're clearing the playing field. We're getting things ready for us to get to the point for humankind to be able to do what God intended, which was live completely free. Okay? All right? Not where they took the shackles off of our feet and they put the chains off of our feet, and they put the shackles on our mind, so that now we think that we have to go through this bondage of a scenario or sermon before the divine cups us up and loves us, that we have to rid ourselves of the pitiful, just dirtiness of us. God said to me, that is not true, because nothing happened between the pouring of me into you. Okay, nothing happened between the pouring of me into you. Nothing happened. It didn't become contaminated. Nobody put some foul play on that transfer. But we won't talk about it today because, yes, there are those others that we've also created that do exist here. Yeah. Everything is energy. Hell, the chair you sitting on is energy, okay? Everything is energy. Remember that when we come back to the topic. But for today, change your perspective about what you've been through. You are a warrior. Only you could be sitting right here and still hanging on. You're still hanging on. You were the one that was able to do that. You were the one that was able to still smile. Smile. You smile. You were the one. Nobody else could have done it like you. And even those who were the offenders, they too were called because only they could do it. And some of you are so great and so angelic. And it could be two angelic realms, and one of them got carried the ugly side. Because that's the balance. That's the balance. But then they both come together and they fix that pie. Okay? So that's the balance, the balance, the balance. Don't be angry at them, because who would have done it? Who could have done it better than they could have? Especially when you are of a great calling. Not just any old body can step to you. Not just any old body can come before you and give you any kind of lesson that you would even listen. Some of you, I hear you. Somebody, your story stems from childhood. Well, I didn't have anything to do with that. I don't even know. See, this is what I want to share with you. Even as children, our souls come knowing. So your soul aligned with your particular DNA, your particular family bloodline. Yes, you are closer. You are more associated to your soul's genealogy than your DNA. It aligns, yes, but as it relates to your soul, it's like your soul came and it just fluidly aligned where it needed to align to continue to the process that it was origined for. Okay, so you, my baby, I came on here to tell you, we need you. I need you to listen. Listen. Song in your heart. I need you to listen. I need you to listen. I need you to go forward. God, what am I to experience in this moment now? Ask the divine, what am I to experience in this moment now? What was I supposed to get from that shit? What was it? Ask. You see? Because see, you have to be free. Yeah, baby. You deserve to be free, and free in your mind, free from the anger that has you bound and got your mouth shut when you need to be opening it up. Let me tell you, my daughter, we, in our global transformation tours and the events at the high school, I'll never forget, did an event at Wayne State University. And on that particular day, we received 2 emails in the office where there were 2 grown people who said that they were suicidal, and not just suicidal. They were on a mission. One particularly, a gentleman, he had not long been out of prison, and he had decided that he was going to come to our event, and that was his last wonderful thing that he was going to do for himself in life. And then he was going to leave and kill himself. He had made up his mind. He was good with it, at peace with it. But something about what my daughter said when she began to share her story, okay? When she began to share her story, it changed his life. I was shocked because I told my baby, I said, listen, when it's time for you to share your story, you will. Mommy I'm not going to make you do that. One day she took the mic at a high school in downtown Detroit. She took a mic and she said, Mommy, can I talk? I thought she was going to do something simple. And she began to tell her story, and it transformed the youth in the auditorium, and it transformed and saved lives even later. Someone who had been raped was in the auditorium of the school before and came to Wayne State University, and she said, I needed to get, we all slid there that day. It was the worst day of weather. I don't know. It was a transformative situation for me. I said I had to get the hell up out of Michigan, okay? Michigan wasn't working for me. So we slid there that day. And not figuratively, I mean literally, okay? We were going 2 miles an hour, okay? So anyways, we made it, and it saved people's lives. Your story is important. You're able, because you've been through what you've been through. You know how you go, and if you're going to some kind of boot camp so you can get prepared, so you can get on the battlefield. They don't just put you on the battlefield. You got to go through something. So you got to go through something. You are a big champion in this whole mission here. We need you. So, hey. Da. I done been there. You understand me? I done been through some things. They haven't made a movie on this yet. They haven't made it. Okay? It hasn't been made yet, baby. Okay? We won't even go there. It could trigger some people right now. Because right now we're talking about the perspective that you have of your story. The perspective you have of your story. Because we need you. We need you in this balancing responsibility that we have right now. That is where you're going to find your peace. God, what am I to experience in this moment now? Make it plain and clear for me. What was I to go through when I went through this or that? What was I to experience? God, make it plain and clear for me so that I may do your will. God, whatever your desire is regarding my life, let it become strongly my desire, so that my plans may be established and succeed. I need you to take note, baby. I need you to take note. And my heart goes out to every last one of you, because I know some of your stories are very, 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 very hard. They were hard pills to swallow. Some of the betrayals were, man, breathtaking, literally. You had to catch your breath like, what? Yeah. You get it? I understand. Some of those things that you were this close to walking outside that door and taking your own life when you never thought you were that person. I get it. Some of you are fearful of people even knowing your story because you done got so caught up, baby, in the whole rhetoric of what man has set up for us. Okay? So God said, I have faith in you all. I have faith that you're going to change it. I have faith that you have all come to a space now that you know you can do anything that you want to do, that now you are going to change this scenario. And I got faith in you're going to redefine things. You're going to make a new song, right? You're going to do things differently, because I am not a person that I shall lie. See, God created the vision of humankind, for us to live, yes, in the Garden of Eden. Can we get back there, right? So for us to be in that position. And there was someone along the way, because we were given free will. You can do whatever you want. You can have whatever you like. Yeah, you can have whatever you like. Do it how you get it, how you get it, right? You can do that. That's fine. But now it's brought us here. So what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with it? But everybody needs to take, first, look at yourself. Man in the mirror. Well, I ain't just as fine as he can be. You fine. That's what it is. So I want you to look at that. You're going to look at yourself in the mirror. You're going to understand what it is. That one thing. I'm giving you a nugget now. You want to know what? I don't know what my life's true purpose is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. God, whatever your desire is regarding my life, let it become strongly my desire. And so shall my plans be established and succeed. See, I've been there. I remember crying profusely for like a week one time. I cried. Oh, I didn't even understand why I was crying. I had no idea. I just knew I was crying. And it was during the recession. I hadn't lost everything. God, I'm a good saver. So, and I know how to make it grow. So I had a cushion there. I had some leverage there. But during that leveraging time, it was very, very tough. And I remember I was like, I don't know if it's so much the money that this has to do with, that everything is shutting down, I'm not sure, but I just knew in my soul was weeping for like a week. I wouldn't hold a meeting. I wouldn't hold an appointment. I told my secretary to just cancel everything. I can't do anything. All I could do was cry. And God led me to, I think it was, and I want to say Proverbs 3:10. That's sad. I just can't remember right now. Don't worry about it. Look it up. When you roll your works over to the Lord, and your plans will be established. I made a prayer out of that scripture. And I prayed. It was raining that day. I had my sunglasses on in the library because I didn't have a Bible when it came to me, and I pulled over on the side of the road to the library of Novi, Michigan, and I just said this prayer. God, whatever your desire is regarding my life, let it be strongly my desire, and so shall my plans be established and succeed. Amen. And so it is. My daughter made up that amen, and so it is for us and our transformation movement. So my Lauren, she made that up. I said it, and she said, and so it is. So in this whole process, after saying that, I felt peace that I could not explain, that I had not felt in a long time. Did I know exactly where I was going? Nope. I didn't know. But one thing I did know, that prayer was an indicator of surrender. I surrender all. Oh, I surrender all. All to thee, my blessed Savior, I surrender all. I surrender. That's what that little prayer. And I've been sharing that around the world for years, and people always talk about the peace that comes over, the clarity all of a sudden that comes over you in terms of the direction that you are to take. Yeah. And you're gonna get it. After you prayed, I want you to get I want you to have the pad, paper, whatever, right by you. And I want you to write down your vision and move your butt out of the way. Every butt. I want to do this butt. I want to do that butt. I want butt to go to hell somewhere. Okay, we're not doing that. Because there is no but in this game called life. It's how you play the game. And it's being intentional about your next move. Being very intentional about your next move. Whew. I love you guys so much. Let me see what happened here. What happened during this? Who's saying something? Hello. Hi, Michelle. Hello. Yes, absolutely. Hello. Yes. I am not sure that we live in our own reality because we are blind and only visualize what we want to see. Yeah. But we're going to pray. I want you guys to pray that prayer. And this site is when we're doing these lives, this is not for people to be trying to sell your sell pitch. This is not that. I wish you the best in your business, but this is not that. Okay. There are no offers needed in this reality because humans react differently to reality. Inhaling consciousness is what people call breathing. Right. To be or not to be, that's the question. To be or, and I got to get with this, how they say it, how they handle the whole thing. Over here, all the little notes they put and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we'll get it. But when there's a word, I got to say the word. I got to bring it out. I love every last one of you. I choose to be guided. I want you guys to listen to it again. Listen to it again. It'll probably take, knowing YouTube, it's going to take a whole day before it uploads, okay? So, but when it's done, maybe come back and look for it tomorrow. I trust and hope that, and I'm also going to hope that they usually pick out a highlight from the live, and hopefully it's something that is very juicy so that you guys can share it. Listen, change your perspective about what you've been through. It is definitely for you, because you've been called to do something very great in this movement. So I love you guys in this game called life. Yes, you have been called to do that. I love you guys. Transformation, it is so. Yes. Yes, it is. It is so. It is so. It is so. I choose to be guided. I love you guys. Mwah.